You're watching the Batter Fans Network.
The heroes are back. Beards talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Batter Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the fan. Up and cram, Noah Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol. Just to even the odds, breakdowns and gas bagging. Join the tribe and just vibe, free 99. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
No.
Bruh.
No.
Bruh. Bruh.
No.
Bruh. Bruh.
No.
Bruh. Bruh. Bruh.
Instead, we got, my God, bro, like,
Chris, the Herons are bad. Welcome everybody to episode number 353 of the Better Herons podcast. I am your host Daniel Gannon, and alongside me as always Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
I mean, this is so bad. We didn't even do a post game, and it's like I still feel the pain from that game.
Yeah, thank God. This is the first time we haven't done a post game since I want to say the Ballon d'Or Messi game, the friendly back in 2023. That was the last time that we didn't have a post game, and thank God, because I would have come on here and probably said some really silly things because I was very triggered.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to Matt from SoFlo Soccer for allowing me to use that clip off of one of his post games from before. Super. That's like one of my favorite clips because I feel that response he just said. He had the best first 10 minutes of post game after this last game. I felt the pain in his post game as well.
Yeah. You know what's weird? I don't see that anybody's watching right now. That's weird. I'm not sure if things are working right now, but we're gonna continue on anyway. I'm not sure if the show is actually working on YouTube, but we're gonna assume that it is, and we're gonna keep working around. All right. So yeah, it says we're live. I don't know.
It is live. I do see it on YouTube. It is live.
But for some reason, I can't see the people in here.
We do not see any comments moving in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Yes, 84 are watching. Yes.
All right. So, and Tommy is just asked if you guys are good. There's something going on. Something's weird. Something's off. So.
Oh no.
Chris, Minnesota 4-1. We didn't get to do the recap. What were your overall thoughts before we started talking about all the fun stuff that we have to talk about today?
I gotta be honest. I am so done with.
By the way, everything just came back to normal. Everybody's back. I see.
I am so done with Mascherano and what he's been doing. And I did have a blast making this, Mr. Krabs.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty funny. That's the first time I got to watch it. It was pretty funny.
Yes, yeah, it was. It was awesome making it. So, listen, that alone, like, I don't know what else to show you when you have Bright up ahead from Messi all the way back there. The picture I put was him behind the halfway line. The cross that Jordi Alba had, which he had a couple crosses that were really good.
We had no striker there. Yeah,
we had nobody. Like, I can't even fault players like Ben Krem. Like, I can't. Like, Mascherano did not make anything appealing to this about this team. Nothing. The fact that you play Busquets, Redondo, and Bright, and you have Bright playing higher than Redondo after they literally just had like a questionnaire with Bright where he's like, yeah, I'm not that great up front with the ball, but I'll steal it from anybody. Oh, you know what? I think it's a great idea. I think it's great to put Redondo back there playing defense. And we'll put Bright up there. Oh, remember how I mentioned we're going to do something different against Minneapolis? I mean, against Minnesota because Gressel knew everything. This was way more than different. This was bad different. And then this Falcone on the bench. We get another Lujan premiere. I mean, Lujan was a swinging door.
Yeah, Lujan was bad. You know what? The thing is, because I've had now 48 hours to sit on this, and I've seen the reactions on Twitter and stuff, I don't think I feel as bad as you guys feel.
What? Wait, hold on. While you fix that, Danny, you don't think you feel as bad as we feel? That sounds terrible. Because Obando, who supposedly has an injury, which I don't even know where the source is at. I don't know where the source is from that he has an injury, doesn't have an injury. Last time I checked, he traveled with the team. He is the striker. He's supposed to play behind Luis Suarez. And we had basically nobody playing striker behind, behind Luis Suarez. Like, we had Messi as the false nine with the striking ability of Ben Krem and Segovia next to him. That's one of the pictures I put in the intro. So, I mean, look, SFXS is saying, sounds like you've given up, Danny, but it sounds like Danny hasn't given up.
No, I haven't given up at all.
But you haven't given up, like, in what sense? Like, I mean, I'd like to hear exactly what is going on in your mind, because in reality, it just kind of sucks. It feels like it sucks.
You ever seen that meme of James Franco with the noose around his neck, and then it says, "Oh, you're new here, or your first time"?
Yeah,
I've been here before. I understand that we have Messi, right? So now it's like, oh my God, the world's falling because we lost a couple games in a row. But like, this is what sports is, right? Everybody has their ups and downs, and we're going through a down right now. But I'm not too worried, and I'm gonna try to talk some people off the ledge, including you, Chris. Because I know that you were wild over the weekend about this, but I think I could. First of all, it's 4 losses in 5 matches, so yes, things are definitely not good. I told everybody I didn't want Mascherano. I told everybody I wanted Tata back, and this is what we have now. And there's nobody that's going to replace Mascherano before the summer, so kind of you just got to suck it up, Buttercup, because this is what we got.
Suck it up, Buttercup. This is unacceptable.
Okay, but they're not going to change right now because there's nobody else to bring. Okay, so 4 losses in 5 matches, yes. But let me start. Well, let's get into this actual game, okay?
Okay, Danny.
Okay.
Do you find it acceptable to play Lujan at center back after we have basically Ian Frey at right back? Like, I want everybody to be on the same page with me here. The Wagon and Frey deal, I understand Mascherano. I get it. I understand why
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why he doesn't start Frey. But
it's understandable.
But I don't hate Chelo on the pitch, if that makes sense, right? I still think Frey should start. But I think Wagon is a good player. And I know people are going to start talking about the own goal. I'll get into that also. But I think Chelo is a good MLS right back.
And again, I'm just saying I understand if you, Mascherano, struggle with that. I get it. Okay. But one thing you shouldn't be struggling with is putting Lujan at right center back over Aviles and Falcone. Like, absolutely not.
Agreed.
Like, I feel like that is clear cut. Okay. So you keep playing Lujan. I don't know what you're doing, Javier. I don't know what you're doing with that. But whatever you're doing, it's not working, buddy. It's
but
not.
Tomas Aviles, he checked into this game, did he not?
He did later. He got subbed in after 70 plus minutes.
What position did he play when he subbed in?
Striker. Who fucking knows?
He wasn't playing in that back line. Toto Aviles, I don't think is a center back in Mascherano's team.
Dude, but if you're gonna tell me, so he is the backup center defensive midfielder.
He's a midfielder. He's a midfielder. And Soccer Daddy's saying that he was playing center back. Okay, was he? Was he playing center back? So maybe I'm wrong on that one. I thought that he wasn't playing center back. So, but I have a feeling that because why else would you not put him at center back?
I just want to know.
They were playing 3 center backs?
Bruni is saying we played with 3 in the back.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I just want to keep going with this in terms of the starting lineup. We had a total of 6 midfielders playing. Segovia, Ben Krem.
Just real quick, I'm sorry. And this makes more sense. What Sean Callahan's saying, he was playing the Boosie role where he would drop back almost like a third center back, but also push up into the midfield. Okay. Thank you, Sean. That makes more sense. I felt like I didn't see him that far back off sometimes. Okay.
Sure. Throw in another midfielder. Go right a fucking head. We had 6 anyway on the pitch, right? Segovia is a midfielder. Ben Krem's a midfielder. Messi is like a cam, does whatever the hell he wants. Redondo, Boosie, and Bright, all midfielders. So we had 6 midfielders. Jordi Alba playing left wing back. Wagon playing right wing back. Noah Allen, the only solid center back. And then Lujan, a complete shit liability. Look at this. Dude, 3 DMs, defensive midfielders. What? And Bright is your cam. Bright was your powerhouse attacking midfielder. With all due respect, by the way.
He wasn't the attacking midfielder.
He literally was. I literally just showed pictures. I showed you a picture of Bright all the way up at the top.
Bright was given the freedom to push up if he saw the space that he could take. And whenever he saw the space, he took it.
Danny, do you think this is acceptable? You think this is acceptable? This is not acceptable.
I think it's not as bad as you're saying.
Oh my God. So you think not having a striker, it's not bad. Mm-hmm. You think having Redondo, Busquets, and Bright.
Was Ben Krem on the right or the left?
He started, so on the image that was put up, he was on the left, but he was actually on the right.
All right. So
this is not acceptable. I don't understand how, like, AZ Rebellion say Segovia and Crema are not wingers. They're not strikers either. They're not strikers. They're not wingers. They're like center mids. This is not acceptable, Danny.
Okay.
Substitutions were made like in the 94th minute.
No, they were made before then.
I mean, yes, I'm exaggerating.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull something up real quick.
Well, while you pull that up and gather your microphone, shout out to Rick A with the Super Slam here. Let me look up here for the music since Danny is doing a bunch of stuff.
Drums, please.
Rick A, thank you for the 199 Super Slam. Last 10 games, 3 wins, 2 draws, 5 losses. This is not acceptable for this kind of team that we have. This is not acceptable, Danny. 3 wins, 2, like you can, if Mascherano keeps this up, Danny, you can kiss that 4-game lose max this season by. Like, there's no way. There's no way that's gonna.
Well, I
happen.
will tell you that when I said that, I didn't think that he was going to be this poor, right? But because I saw the roster and I said this roster should be able to win consistently. And if you really think about it, and I know, right? If my aunt had testicles, she'd be my uncle. I get it, right? If Sans and right, if
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would get it either. Danny is about to go Hulk smash on his whole setup here. I mean, I don't know what's happening. That cable you got for sure, Mascherano built it.
this mic's really pissing me off. All right, so what I was gonna say is, in that Dallas game, they were up 3-1. Like they were in command. They should have won that game. As of right now, remember, because I said regular season they wouldn't lose more than 3 games. In my mind, they should only have 1 loss. That Dallas game was horrible the way that they lost that game. They should only have 1 loss. They have the 2 losses. It is what it is. When I said I wanted Mascherano to change, and we said, yeah, Mike, that's true. We did not podcast much last week. This is the longest
3
break
weeks.
all actually.
Jeez.
When we were talking about changes that we wanted to make, and everybody in the chat got to chime in. We said, what changes would you like to see? Most people said they wanted to see a change of formation.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the majority of us said and agreed that they wanted a 4-3-3. Yes or no?
Yes, everybody was cool with that.
And we weren't sure if Mascherano would ever do it. But we thought that the best way that this team would play would be with a back line of 4, 1 center defensive midfielder, 2 8s, right?
Yes.
Your left and right wing, and a striker. That's what we said. We think that would work.
Yes.
Mascherano came and he gave it to us. I'm not saying that the way he did it we like. I'm not saying the way he did it worked or that we're happy with it. What I am happy about is that he tried to change it because we thought that he would be stubborn enough to not do it. Okay? Now, the fact that he changed to a 4-3-3 and then didn't have the players available to kind of make it happen, that kind of leads to what we saw. Because with that formation, we were hoping we would get a Messi to the right wing, that we would have Suarez playing striker, that we would have 2 actual 8s instead of using Bright and Redondo as 8s. So I think that to me was a positive. The fact that we finally changed to a 4-3-3, but unfortunately we were playing it with not a striker, but with a false 9. If we have an actual striker up there, oh, and by the way, they were actually pushing up with their fullbacks, with with Alba and with Wagon. They were actually pushing up into the attack, which is another positive because we hadn't been using Alba as much. We used him a lot more this game, and he was getting balls into dangerous areas.
It was beautiful,
but we didn't have anybody to receive it. Now, should he have started Tadeo Allende? Yeah, probably. Fafa might have been a starter. He ended up with migraines. Suarez ended up, from what I think it might have been Solana. Somebody put that he was in a wedding or something, and so he missed the game for a wedding. We were short some players. Now the Lujan thing, no explanation for that. No idea what the hell he's thinking there. But the positive here is that he's trying to change things around.
I'll tell you this much. I think the hate that Weigant is facing is a little strong because he actually played a pretty good game last game.
Agree. I thought he had a good game. The own goal was terrible, right? And that kind of is what everybody's going to remember. But I also thought he played a decent game.
I feel like he played a pretty good game. And not only that, but like that little header that he looked like he purposely put in the back of the net. It just was unfortunate because I feel like he was trying to head it towards Ustadi.
But he does that. A couple minutes before, he chested it to Ustadi, and I thought that Ustadi wasn't going to get to it in time. He does that. That's probably not the best thing to keep doing, but
well, he did get pushed. So at that play, he did show push because he did get pushed. He absolutely got pushed. So Wagon got a lot of flack this past weekend, and I feel like it was a little unjust. Obviously, an own goal sucks, but Lujan should be getting the pulverizing for this past weekend, if not for the remainder of the week. And Sani is saying, please change the keeper. Calendar is young and more versatile than Ustadi. You know what else Calendar is over Ustadi? He's injured. So you can kiss that goodbye.
He just had her.
Yes, he just had like a hernia surgery, something like that. So, I mean,
Fucking Michael doesn't want to work today.
yeah, I don't know, dude. I feel like something's happening with your connection there. And what I don't know what people are talking about in terms of meeting. And Sean is saying Lujan did nothing wrong. He's this year's Aviles. I don't want him to be this year's anything, Sean. I don't want him to be this year's anything. So Danny's putting
This was the
something
first
here.
goal. Lujan
So
is there playing sweeper, I guess. Now he's supposed to be marking the Oluwasu, which is their striker, because Noah Allen is there defending. I think that was Pereira. I don't know who that was. And Lujan's in no man's land. I don't know what he's not looking around to see if there's anybody he needs to mark.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he goes ahead and he goes in against Pereira and leaves Oluwasu all by himself. Now, I believe this was called offside,
Yes. This was the one that was called offsides.
but Lujan there was just lost,
Yeah.
and
He
it's
was.
not just on Lujan. Look at this. Why do we have 4 men defending Pereira out here?
Well,
We
that
have
play,
4 men. Look at those 2 Minnesota players right there. If he managed to get the ball to one of those, which he did, I mean, you got a clean shot on goal.
well, this was a goal, and this was a play where basically Yannick Bright followed him all the way out there. Yannick Bright followed him all the way towards that area.
Falcon, I think, would be the man that would be communicating within the defensive line. I don't know who takes that once he's out. But I thought that it was just, it felt like the defense was just poor. They're not communicating. There's just, I don't know, man. It was just all bad.
Danny, when you have, first of all, when you have something good going on with Noah Allen and Falcon is not injured, he needs to not be on the bench. That's what I think.
You know what might have happened here? You know when we won that game against the Red Bulls 4-1?
Yeah.
You know who the starting center back duo was?
It was Lujan and
Allen.
Was it Noah Allen?
Mm-hmm. You know that saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it?
I mean, but that was like one game, Danny.
I agree, but it was one game after losing 3 in a row. I'm not saying it was the right decision. I'm just telling you what I'm assuming he's thinking, right?
Okay, so I have another question then. This past week before this game, Mascherano literally is asked about Yannick Bright being way better than Redondo. Literally has to answer for the fact that Redondo is inferior to Bright, but Bright needs more time because he can't last for 90 minutes. Bright shoots back, bang, 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 says, yeah, I can play 90 minutes. I just need the
last
time.
year.
Yeah, I just can't do this if I'm doing 90 one day and 15 the other day. So then Mascherano thinks, I think it's a great idea to play my inferior Redondo with Bright and with Boosie. I don't get it, Danny. And then you're telling me this Toto Aviles is like the backup CDM?
That's not what I'm telling you. But that's what I'm assuming is happening.
Well, that's okay. I don't want him there. What do we have Lujan for? Why? Like when we first got him, I'm like, why do we got this guy? He's not a good right back.
Well, I feel like that's the best I've seen him is at right back. That first game against LAFC in LA, that was the best I had seen him. I've seen him all year. I think he's looked better at right back than at center back.
And this is another discussion we need to have, Danny.
He was injured.
Angel saying, I also, okay, where's the source? Who said he's injured?
That's a great question, but everybody's been saying that it's a hammy.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's been saying that, but he traveled with the team, but he's injured.
Mm-hmm.
No. Don't give me freaking Messi up there with Segovia and freaking Kramaski. Don't do it. Didn't Obando play a game before then?
The Red Bulls game?
Let me see if he played against the freaking Red Bulls, this guy.
In the Red Bulls game, he did not play. Oh, yeah, he did play. He came on in the 73rd minute.
So you're telling me 7 days later. 7 days later. You can't even throw Allende at striker, bro.
Well, that was look, okay. Let's right here. We said we weren't going to go into in detail, but what would you have changed? Lujano, obviously, right?
Lujan, get him out. Falcon in, Redondo out, and keep the double pivot, and then put up top.
But we said we wanted to change it. We said we
I
wanted
don't want it. No.
Oh, that's it. We don't want it anymore.
I don't want it. No,
okay.
I don't want it.
Okay.
No.
But before this game happened, you wanted it.
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Okay.
If it comes like this with these three guys here, with the way that this guy's been playing, don't give me it.
So what would you have done?
Like I said, I would have taken this guy out right here. Redondo, get out.
Okay.
Put in Allende at striker, or Obando with this magical. What is this? It's a magical injury.
Hamstring.
Whatever. I don't believe it. He's not injured. Somebody just like spit that in the Ethernet, and now everybody's like, "Oh, he's injured. He's injured." Since when? He played 7 days before this game.
Why didn't Fafa play?
Well, now that was reported. Supposedly he had like migraines.
Who reported that one?
Well, that was reported like through the broadcast. At least that's what I heard throughout the broadcast. Other than that,
no sound on for me.
I didn't hear anything about Obando.
Okay. Well, look, would you want to see him when he plays against San Jose play the same lineup?
No,
not player wise. I mean, as far as a 4-3-3.
Dude, where's the striker, bro?
Well, obviously, they played with a false nine because there was no Suarez or Obando. If Obando is available, or they could put Allende up there, would you want to see a 4-3-3?
If they don't have Obando up there?
Or Allende, I don't know. Look, I like the center defensive midfield with the 2-8s. I love that. Take off Redondo, put Segovia there.
Or put
Fafa in at left.
Put Benkrem.
Or Benkrem, that's fine, but I'd rather see Segovia there. Put Fafa up at left wing. I'm assuming a migraine doesn't last more than 3 or 4 days. Put Fafa up there. Put Messi out at right, and put Tadeo Allende up as striker. I would love to see this lineup again. I'm glad that he tried it out.
This was one of the most abysmal games we've historically ever had in Inter Miami history. And you're saying you're happy.
Was it really one of the most abysmal games in history? How long have you been watching this team?
Listen, Danny, this was terrible.
You didn't see them lose like 6-0 to the Red Bulls last year?
Listen, what felt worse, chat? Am I wrong here?
It's recency bias. Everybody lives off of recency bias. We know that. That's what sports is. But take a step back. It's not that serious. You went to Minnesota, which is like third in Supporter Shield right now because they're a good team. Their game is to play the counter. They played it perfectly. Was it 5-0? Okay. Was it 5-0? I thought it was 6-0. So, I mean, I understand losing 4-1 sucks, but I mean, we've seen worse.
All right, Mike V is saying we tied with Miami FC 3 years ago.
That's right. Chris was at that game.
This was bad, Danny. This felt bad. We have Messi in our team, and in this fashion we lost.
Messi hasn't been getting any help.
But how do you expect him to get help when he look at the two guys right next to him? Look at him. You think they're striking?
You start pushing up with Jordi Alba a lot more, which he did. Now, what was the only goal that we got last week? It was Jordi Alba to Messi. Why did it work? Because we had Segovia that finally made a run, and he made an aggressive run into that back line that gave Messi the slightest of spaces finally, because he always has two men marking him.
Yes.
Oh, let me take this off for a second. So Jordi Alba's about to pass the ball in. Messi's at the top of the box. Segovia makes the slightest of runs. See where Segovia is right there in the top of the box? He's going to make a slight run.
Yeah, I see it.
Directly into goal. And then that freezes the two center backs. Look at that. Messi finally has how many? Is that like 2 or 3 feet of space? Look at the game. Watch the game over. He never has this much space. Segovia made that one run, which is what Luis Suarez is here for, to make those runs. He gave him just the slightest of space. And what did he do? That's it. That's the space. That's it. It's over. No more space. Everybody's about to close in on him again. But he did it, moved quickly, got some space. All it took was that direct run by Segovia into the defensive backline, which is what we need Suarez to do, which I'm not saying he doesn't do, but with Jordi Alba pushing up, playing this 4-3-3, playing a higher line, which is what we were doing this game. Of course, we finally decided to do it against a counterattacking team. Bravo, Mascherano.
Yes.
Let's finally push up high when we have a team that's perfected the counterattack this year. But overall, no, I'm not happy with the result. Yes, I think Mascherano's doing a crappy job. I didn't want him to begin with, but I do understand that he's not going anywhere. So I'm trying my best to see the positives. The positives is that he's trying to push up higher, play a higher line. He's using Jordi Alba on that left wing like we needed him to. He's crossing in dangerous balls. Now we need strikers to push those in. We need Segovia and Suarez and Tadeo Allende to make more runs when Messi holds up play, because when you don't, everybody just collapses on Messi. It's ridiculous. There's no one. Everybody's like, oh, Messi's frustrated. Messi's frustrated because Messi has nowhere to move. Where is he going? Everybody's on him. They have 2 or 3 men marking him all the time. I thought I had an image of Messi trying to find space. There is no space because nobody's running. Everybody balls watch when Messi has the ball. You got to make runs. You got to create space for others. And it's not happening. I'd be frustrated also.
It's over. It's over.
Well, I think I would be a lot more frustrated if we lost playing the way that Mascherano's been playing this whole time, rather than seeing him lose, trying something new. I know that that's not going to be, oh my God, yeah, great. That's awesome. He's not going anywhere, guys. He isn't going anywhere. So since he's not going anywhere, we're not getting a new coach. Let's at least see him try something new. And I think that that's what we're getting now.
Okay, so fine. We're going to start something new. Great. Does that mean it's going to come with
what else do you want? Chris, what would you want?
Is it going to come with a, is it going to come?
No, tell me, don't be that guy that goes ahead and this is what's wrong, but don't give me a solution. What would you want?
Are we going to get Lujan permanently? Is that what's going to happen? Is Lujan going to be the permanent starter?
Okay, that's something. You wouldn't want to see Lujan anymore. Okay, that's fair. I think we see Falcon tomorrow night. Or Wednesday. I'm sorry, Wednesday night. I don't think Lujan starts. Why he feels like he needs to give Falcon so much rest, I have no idea. But it seems like he wanted to give him some rest.
They're trying to ban me now, Danny.
So, again, Lujan. Okay, I like that. No more Lujan. What else would you change?
Francisco, you're out of line here, buddy. Redondo has not proven himself. The fact that he still gets starting time, like he got shipped out the game immediately at the beginning of the second half. If that doesn't scream that you are not as good as your counterpart, what are we doing with that?
I would love to see Segovia there instead of Redondo.
I'll take Segovia, Ben Krem, David Ruiz when he comes back on crutches even.
Okay. Now, but you would still like to see the 4-3-3?
I'll take the 4-3-3 if it's done with the right personnel.
I would like to see what he does on Wednesday night now that Falcon is apparently rested. For some reason, he needed more rest. Hopefully, Fafa's available. Hopefully, Obando is available. And I kind of want to see what he does with an almost full lineup of healthy players. Now, the fact that Luis Suarez just decided to go on a personal vacation and miss 2 games, I mean, I guess. Maybe he was going to get benched anyway. I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird. But, you know.
But then again, if you do have Suarez out, okay. Do you want to go through that? Do you want me to tell you my response to that, or you want to go through this? Because we haven't even gotten to Mascherano out, have we?
I mean, I guess we're on that right now. So Mascherano out. Do you think he should get fired? Not will he? Do you think he should get fired?
This was a bad job. This personnel he put together was a bad job. Putting Messi as a false 9 was a bad job. I think that this game and these past couple games definitely give some credence to him being out. And listen, I've been watching and listening to things all weekend. Everybody is on board with yes. Soccer Daddy, no. And then Gus is saying, give me a replacement before you fire him, which is what we always tell everybody. Everybody wants him out, but then nobody has a solution.
Look,
and there is no solution. There is none.
truly believe that if Tata was still coaching this team would look better. And I think this team wouldn't have gotten limited by. I think this team would look better with Tata on.
Oh my God!
I really do, because last year, and I've said it time and time again, statistically, this defense wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. So give Tata this same roster with an improved backline with Falcon that's faster than Christoph, and I think they play even better. So I really do think that Tata would be looking much better with this team. But with that said, everybody wanted Tata out. We had no replacement. There were 2 options, Xavi and Mascherano, just because he randomly was coaching Argentina. We got Mascherano. I wasn't happy about it. This is what we got now. So what you're saying is everybody's saying Mascherano out. We have no idea who's coming in. Could be worse.
I think maybe we should send someone to Argentina to go search for Tata.
Mascherano? Oh.
Like to go find him. Go find him in whatever
You
cabin
think he would
he's
come
sitting.
back?
He said that he left for personal reasons. Didn't get fired. If we tell him we got a whole Argentine team for you, buddy, come over here.
There's no way I would want Mourinho here.
Mourinho. Ooh, Xavi.
All right, so we both think that he stays.
Whose contract ends in June? Mourinho?
You don't want Mourinho. So we both think he stays.
Yes, he's going to stay no matter what. There's not going to be a replacement for him, and they're going to give him the year. They're going to give him the year. And for those of you that are thinking that what's this guy? Morales is going to babysit this team again like he did last year. Or the year before. Think again, because that's not going to happen. He's not going to babysit this team again.
Oh, okay. Now I will tell you the one worry that I got after this game was that as much as I've said there's no way Messi leaves, if this team starts to look bad, maybe he does leave. And now I know I've seen some people like, oh, you know what? I wouldn't mind because I want the tickets to go back to $15. First of all, tickets aren't going back to $15.
Yeah, they're not going.
So
We're going to a new brand new
let's make that clear. And then I want to punctuate the fact that although Messi expedited the increase in price, I promise you, if you live in South Florida, you know everything's expensive down here. Those prices are going to go up.
Yeah.
You weren't going to keep paying $15, especially after they moved to Miami. So you could talk about the old days and having your tailgates where you got to hang out with, I don't know, Luz Morgan out in the parking lot.
Robbie Robinson.
Yeah, like those days are gone, right?
Yeah.
And the prices, they're never going back down. So to say that you want Messi gone because you want the prices to go back down, also forget those days are over. We're a real club now.
Yeah.
Like that whole local cute club, that's over. That was the first 3 years of our existence. We are an actual club that's recognized worldwide. And yes, for those Messi fans, yes, it is because of Messi. Whether it's Messi or whatever it is, it's there now. When Messi leaves, we are still going to be recognized worldwide because whenever anybody thinks of this league, they will mention Inter Miami. So that's where we're at. I am worried that Messi will want to leave if things keep going poorly.
Yeah.
I do not think that they'll go poorly very much longer. But if they do, that does worry me a little bit. Chris, are you worried at all about Messi not being here next year? Which, let me tell you, and I still believe he'll be here next year. He's still going to have part ownership of this team. So he still wants the stadium that's going to be open for the first time. He still wants it to do well the first go around. So I think for that reason, mainly, he'll stick around next year. But
yeah,
I am a little worried, right? I was not worried at all before. I'd say that it went from 0% to like 5%. Like it's creeping up there.
LAFC is asking here, what's good in the good Florida people? There's nothing going on good right now.
Oh, don't worry.
Florida's
LAFC knows
blowing
what that's
up.
about. LAFC knows what that is about. They've gone through their share of stuff also. So we feel you also.
At least we're not LA Galaxy, right? I mean, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I'm excited to talk about them on our MLS show tomorrow night because they are horrible.
Yeah, I think that and wait,
and while you're answering in the chat, please just, are you worried that Messi's going to leave? Do you care? Those are only two things I want to know. Go ahead, Chris.
Now, listen, Rick A is saying something here. You're not being thankful enough, Daniel. We'd be shit without him. He is directly responsible for all our hardware. Some would say, kiss the ground he walks on type of ish. Like, I understand what he's saying in that.
What did I say that? What did I say that was? If anything, I gave him credit for making us worldwide. No.
Yeah, but I think what he's saying is that it's not just about the fact that giving him credit, but I think that because we have to attach a lot of our success to him. Because in reality, people want the home feel of this. The Leagues Cup, the Supporter Shield. I mean, I'm just mentioning the hardware that we got, other than the Carolina Cup. But in all essence, like, I get what the OGs want. They want the home. They want the homey feel of what this club used to be.
Tell them to go to FIU and watch Miami FC. Stop with that crap. I'm so sick of hearing about that shit. I'm sick of it. Go watch them. There's other options here in Miami. Go watch Miami FC. Stop.
Or for Lottie United.
Yeah, go watch another club. Go. If you want that crap, go. If you want to root for an actual professional team, this is what you get. Jesus. So annoying.
Well, I think one of the biggest problems is that homey feel is going to be gone. Like, even when Messi leaves, it's gone. We're getting a brand new stadium with this club hoping to keep him next year to sort of flaunt him for people to come to this brand new stadium. I mean, do I think that he's leaving? No, I don't think that he's leaving. But if we don't pick it up soon, if Mascherano doesn't pick it up soon, to be perfectly honest, I think that there is a possibility that he does leave.
before next year.
Yeah, I think by next year.
I think he's here next year no matter what. But like I said, my worry was at 0%. It's creeped up to 5%. I think if we keep having these struggles and he starts having issues, like my understanding is that Busquets got into a verbal altercation with Luis Suarez at some point in our training recently. Like if things start to break down in the locker room,
that Busquets, what? He got into an altercation with who?
He started arguing with Luis Suarez in training last week. So if things like that start happening more frequently, then I can see maybe Messi becoming unhappy and like, you know what, this is not how I wanted to end my career. Let me go somewhere else, which I hope he wouldn't do. But that possibility now, I see it. I don't think it'll happen, but I see it.
But I think this is why they went straight to San Jose. They didn't come to Miami. They usually would come to Miami, take like.
They didn't come to Miami because they knew if they flew all the way down south, Messi wasn't going to board another plane to go out to the West Coast.
Oh yeah, well, and not only that, but I think that Mascherano wants the whole let's hang out in the hotel and play fucking cards and become a team.
Do you really think? And maybe, but do you really think that Messi, Busquets, and Jordi Alba go ahead and they hang out with Lo Alfonso? No, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't think they do. My understanding is that they kind of keep to themselves.
But I think that Mascherano mentioned it earlier in an interview that he had. He's like, we want to be together, travel together, be chummy with each other. Like that's the whole idea of these little road trips, right? Road trip, Messi, let's go. Maybe they're all bunking with each other, Danny. 4 to a room. What do you think?
I don't think so.
Maybe they share sides, sleep foot to head.
It was Wednesday, and the last game was they played on Saturday, right? Saturday. No, I think it was pointless because Minnesota is a far flight. Just to fly further to San Jose, it's a shorter flight. I think that's what it was.
They traveled together, Danny, and they're doing communal barbecues at the hotel at the Holiday Inn.
I don't think so.
That's
all right.
That's what I saw.
Now we said Mascherano out. Now, what did you think? Franco Panizo asked this question in the press conference. He asked what him and I don't know if he asked him and Messi or just what he felt like, how he felt about the last few games. And this was his response. Again, this is from Franco Panizo, Miami Total Football Radio. Was it?
Radio.
So I think I got the name right. All right, here we go.
Fútbol. De puta madre. De puta madre estamos. De puta madre. Estamos muy bien. Estamos muy bien. De eso se trata el fútbol. El fútbol.
So there you go. He says they are pretty effing well. They're good. This is what football is.
I mean, it sounds like he called him on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle flip phone is what it sounds like. I mean, that's what I think it is. In reality, the interview says that he's good, but are they really good? They're not really good. I mean, they're as good as how you're looking at that thing that you have in your hand. What?
My wife just handed me coffee, but it looks so dark that I have a feeling it's not going to be very appetizing.
Just down it. I made some Cuban
it's not
coffee.
Cuban coffee. It's not Cuban coffee. She
I made some
coffee.
Cuban coffee earlier, so I don't know what you're doing in your life. You need to have some. What are you getting? American coffee at this time?
She must have doused it in sugar. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. You think that he was being sarcastic? Somebody put that he was being sarcastic.
Absolutely. He was being sarcastic. Are you kidding?
Thank you.
That's why I was saying it's really bad. It was really bad. It's been really bad, Danny. He's literally saying it's been bad, and you're here meh, we're okay. Meh. There's people Uh-huh.
I got Steve Munoz in the chat, and I love talking to Steve on Discord.
Steve,
I'm gonna ask Steve.
don't be flexible, Steve. Don't.
I'm gonna ask Derek. I'm talking to you, Don Cafecito. I said I can take a couple positives away from this game. I said one is that he finally was flexible and changed his lineup. He played with 2 8s, and he was pushing up a higher line. Probably not against the best team, right? Because Minnesota's so good on the counterattack. But he was finally allowing Jordi Alba to push up high, whipping crosses. There was nobody there to finish him. Hopefully, we do have somebody in there. Is there any positives? And let me ask the whole chat. Are there any positives you could take away from what Chris called
what? Your microphone shut off. That's how bad of a point you were about to have. That's how bad. How bad of a point. And guys, look, Soccer Daddy's saying Danny's still only 3 games lost in regular season. Danny literally predicted a 4-game loss max this year. We're already a third of that through. But everything's okay. Everything is A-okay. And guys, we need, yes. Stancy, this is a perfect comment. Let's do a fundraiser to buy Danny a new mic. He absolutely needs a new microphone. Or at the least, no, you're completely cooked, Danny. Nobody can hear what you're saying right now. That microphone, I don't know what you did. There is no sound whatsoever. I cannot hear a word you're saying. Absolutely not. Your whole thing is just, there we go. Okay, I hear something there.
All right, so you hear me now?
Yes, now I hear
this mic.
you. Yes.
This mic is $400. Like, this is an expensive mic.
Yes, this is a terrible microphone. The company is sure. They're never going to, if we ever get sponsors, for sure is not sure of being a sponsor.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something. I completely forgot now.
Well, Don Cafecito, I think he got clipped. He's not here. He hasn't answered because you went through most of your response there. So,
yes, I agree. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Krabs.
Yes. We're working on ways to get him a new microphone.
And this is saying there are no positives. Danny is delusional.
Absolutely.
So the fact that Mascherano try something new isn't a positive.
I mean, Danny, what am I going to do with new when it's Messi false 9 and I got a creator on my left and I got a guy that's willing to thug it out the all game, just bashing skulls, but not as creative, but like a center mid?
So what you want is, Mascherano is going to be here for at least the summertime. At least. And what you rather do is just complain the whole time instead of trying to find some positives. I'm asking. That's a simple question. It's a legit question.
Simple question. That's not.
It's a legit because that's what you want to do. You just want to bitch. You want to bitch like a little bitch. That's what you want to do. That's it. You just want to cry. You just want to cry.
It's not that. Just don't put players in the wrong places.
Okay, I'm saying you can find positives here because I'm not going to throw away. What is this? We're 11 games in. We still got 23 games to go. That's it. You just gave up the 23 games. That's it. We're not worried about them anymore. We're cooked for 23 games. We've lost 2 games in the regular season so far. 2. That's it. It's over.
I mean, we're not cooked.
We're done. We're done. That's it.
We're not cooked. We're not cooked, but at the same time, I don't feel good where we're at with changes. So do you think that this would have been a better success if a true striker would have played in this game?
Yes.
Like the only change that would have happened.
Miami looked good the first 15, 20 minutes of the game. I think that if they have somebody to be on the other end of some of those crosses, I think we score 1. I think the game completely changes at that point also.
This is a big thing too right here. Steve Munoz says also it was telling that Gressel admitted the team will fall off with their performance after 30 minutes. Here we are trying to get Gressel for the Minnesota breakdown. And Gressel said, "Nah, I'd rather let my whole team know what's going on.
He didn't want. He
Let me
didn't want
not
to give us the secret.
Let me not give battered Herons a secret." Shout out to Pablo Golazo in his sexy picture here with a $4.99 super slam. Says, "We're positive Danny needs a new microphone." Absolutely.
Yeah. So everybody's saying, well, most people are saying no positives. How about so everybody's already jumping on me for the 3-loss thing on the season. Okay, that's fine. How about I tell you on Wednesday we're scoring at least 4 goals?
You think on Wednesday we're gonna score 4 goals?
Okay, let me back that up. I'll say 3 goals. 3 goals.
But it's so easy to do that. San Jose sucks on defense.
So Minnesota's good on defense.
It's such an easy take.
Oh, Minnesota's good on defense. You're not playing that card with Minnesota.
How many goals are we going to score against Orlando?
That's a question we need to visit on Thursday.
Because that's a bigger game.
Yeah.
This San Jose thing is garbage. This San Jose, you might see rotation against San Jose.
No. Orlando hasn't lost in like 10 games.
And
they haven't allowed, I think they went almost 700 minutes without allowing a goal up until this past weekend.
Yeah. Oh my God, look at this. Steve Munoz says we're not scoring shit because of Mascherano's starters. We need Obando, Falcon, and Frey starting. Boom!
I will tell you that if he's going to start giving the fullbacks the freedom to push up, Frey is the better option at right back.
Yes. But he wasn't the problem necessarily. Like, are we done with Lujan? Lujan's getting way too much playing time than I ever wanted in my entire viewing experience. So, I mean, I guess that we've been talking about this, I guess, this whole time. What players should take the blame? Like, Lujan. I don't want to put this so much on the players as much as I do on Mascherano. Mascherano has been, you know, a little bit goes on Messi, but at the same time, I can't expect much when you have Ben Krem on the right, Segovia on the left, and then you know who you got trailing on you behind the V, this mighty Morphin V. You have Bright behind you.
Okay. Do you blame him for what's going on though with the team, roster-wise, coach-wise?
I mean, I would say if he really has command of the placement of the players, then yes, because then that means that Redondo is playing more minutes than he deserves. And I don't think so because he doesn't like Wagon either. You could tell that he plays better with Frey than he does with Wagon. At least the ball progresses better.
I've seen a lot of people kill Messi over the last couple days because of Mascherano, right? Because it's his fault that Mascherano is the coach, which to an extent, I guess it is. But I mean, once you let Tata go, I don't think that like what other options were there out there? You're not going to bring Jim Curtin to coach this team.
Imagine
whether Messi had a say in it or not. You weren't going to get Jim Curtin over here to coach Messi and Suarez and these players. You needed somebody that has some cachet with their name.
Isaiah is saying players don't respect the coach. Nothing will work. Is that why they went on to this road trip, not to Miami, straight to San Jose for? Like even Messi's bodyguard got rehired.
Did he?
Yeah, he was out there last game against Minnesota. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Okay. Saw him in the background right next to the freaking bus. I thought he got fired for life.
So did I.
They just re-signed him?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think we've covered a lot here. I feel like we still have so much more that we haven't talked about, but
well, I mean, a lot of, and I was going to bring all these up towards, I mean, I guess we're getting towards the end.
Still bring them up. You can still bring them up.
No, I was just going to bring up the comments that everybody said since it's been a while since we've been on. I mean, we missed out on a lot, and it feels like we have a lot because a lot happened last game.
Well, to be fair, we were just
Ray J.
celebrating Mother's Day weekend, so
Yes, it was a good weekend, guys.
mm-hmm.
Shout out to all the moms out there. Publix only had 2 stores. And this is something I wanted to bring up. Jay Vasquez said, "Don't think Drake Calendar will return to Inter Miami. He scrubbed the mention of Inter Miami from his Instagram profile. Think he's sending a message and wants out from Miami." I didn't even see that. You guys are wild.
I just know that he got the hernia surgery. Oh man, so is hope lost? I think we skipped that, but did you lose all hope? I haven't, obviously.
No, look, I haven't lost hope. Like, we still have a very good team. I feel like what's lost is, I don't know. I know for sure we're not gonna be the top seed. Oh man, Cali Rex. The thing is, San Jose. Cali Rex is asking, so will actually be time to panic if Inter loses to San Jose. San Jose puts goals up. They either win really big or lose really big.
If Jordi Alba's playing as high as he was last game, we're gonna score at least 3 goals.
Yeah, we're completely dominating. But if they counter us,
but they don't play the counter like Minnesota does.
No, not as well. They're a terrible defensive team. We could definitely put up 3 or 4.
I will tell you one thing, and what sucks about everything is that when Messi first arrived to Inter Miami, I felt like, yes, I know, I did notice that, Mr. Krabs. All our losses have been to West Coast teams. When Messi first got to Inter Miami, I think people would play against us, and I don't know if the word is fear, but they respected us. They're like, oh, damn, we're playing against Inter Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that has now gone away.
Yeah.
I still feel like we get everybody's A game because they're playing against Inter Miami. Like, oh, we're bringing our A game today, but now it's not let's have a great game. Now it's let's beat their ass because it's Inter Miami. So I think things have changed, and that really sucks. But, yeah. All right.
Nobody's scared. Nobody's scared anymore. They're actually amped to play.
Nobody's scared of Inter Miami anymore. No, everybody feels like they can beat us. Because I think at one point people would be like, "Oof, Inter Miami, let's try to get a result." Now everybody just feels like, "Oh, we could beat them," and I think that's what it is. All right. Did you have anything to? Did you have any thoughts on that Minnesota United social media post?
I posted a response to the. Oh, you're talking about to the social media response or the tifo?
To the pink plastic ponies or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, what is it? David Beckham posted like, "Be respectful and triumph."
Pink Phony Club is what they wrote. Pink Phony Club.
Listen, Minnesota, you can eat a bag for sure. That tifo was stupid with this history over cash or culture. Like,
they've been around for 10 years more than we have.
5 years more than we have.
They were in the other lower league, whatever. I don't know.
But that doesn't count. It literally got like this. Okay, so they had a team back in the 70s, got destroyed, like taken out in the 80s.
No, but it was Minnesota United. They just went from one league to the next. It's kind of like Cincinnati and Orlando. They were in the, was it the NASL or USL, and then they and then they moved to MLS. So
culture,
but they've been around for 10 years longer than we have.
Culture over cash. Their owner is a freaking United Healthcare CEO.
You know what's funny is that every single one of those teams that talks crap about us would have killed for the opportunity to have Messi and all his friends.
You're telling me Minnesota wouldn't want Messi?
Yeah, they all would have loved him. That's why they ran out to buy tickets to watch him.
They're clowns.
Yeah,
they're clowns.
They're jealous, is what they are, sir. They're jealous.
Well, they're jealous and they're clown.
and they won. So then they're gonna hide it behind that, but they're jealous because they know after, like, come on. So yeah, I saw somebody text me about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over.
Yeah. Well, after that, probably looks like a torn Achilles. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. It's over. Don't celebrate somebody tearing their Achilles, Chris. Come on, that's a
No, I
Wow.
wasn't celebrating that. I was celebrating this.
wow. Jesus Christ, that is horrible.
Listen, they haven't won just yet. It's still the fourth quarter. 55 seconds left.
I'm just saying, you're clapping about somebody tearing their Achilles.
Oh my goodness. I just happened to be clapping when that comment came up.
All right, if you guys have nothing else going on, we're going to be on En Español, Las Garzas. We're coming on in about 4 or 5 minutes. We're going to do it all again, this time with Xavier Lavos and Danny Solana. So make sure that you jump on to Las Garzas and catch us on there. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to preview the San Jose game. We're going to have Fabian Rankel
Look at the picture that came up.
To talk San Jose.
We're completely cooked.
And that should be interesting. Chris, any final words?
Yeah, we're completely cooked against San Jose because that picture just came up with Joseph Martinez and my son. And let's go Knicks, huh?
All right, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. If you're listening on audio, please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all that good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. And as always, for those of you in the chat, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Oh, we're back to this. We appreciate you hanging out with us for the last hour and 7 minutes. And we will be back tomorrow night previewing San Jose. And we'll be back in a couple minutes doing Las Garzas en Español. So for Chris, myself, happy Mother's Day, belated to all the mothers out there. And we'll be back tomorrow. So until the next one, have a good one.